Hello friends, I welcome you all with this colorful diagram of the human circulatory system. And with the help of this diagram, we are going to explain, we are going to understand the process of double circulation in humans. But apart from humans, apart from mammals, the process of double circulation is also shown by birds and crocodiles as well. But here we will understand the process of double circulation only in humans. So let's go and understand what this double circulation is. Okay, we know that the human heart, the mammalian heart, is consisting of four chambers, two auricles and two ventricles, as you can see here in this diagram. I'm having another diagram here. Okay, two auricles and two ventricles. The right auricle, the right ventricle, the left auricle, and the left ventricle. Okay. The oxygenated and deoxygenated bloods received by the right and left auricles, respectively, pass on to the ventricles of the same side. That is, the right auricle, it receives the deoxygenated blood. The right auricle receives the deoxygenated blood, as you can see in this diagram, from the body parts, and this right auricle passes it on to the right ventricle. Similarly, the left auricle receives the oxygenated blood from the lungs and it passes it on to the left ventricle. Right. Then ventricles pump this blood. That is, a right ventricle pumps this deoxygenated blood into the pulmonary artery. This is the pulmonary artery. Pulmonary artery. Okay. And the left ventricle pumps the blood into the great aorta. But left ventricle pumps the oxygenated blood, while as the right ventricle pumps the deoxygenated blood into the pulmonary artery. And the pulmonary artery transports this deoxygenated blood to the lungs, where the oxygenation of this deoxygenated blood occurs. Similarly, the great aorta pumps the oxygenated blood to various parts of the body, right? And body parts use the oxygen of that oxygenated blood and give out the deoxygenated blood. Similarly, lungs, after the oxygenation of that deoxygenated blood, give out the oxygenated blood that comes out through pulmonary veins and goes to the left auricle of the heart, and deoxygenated blood from the body parts goes to the right auricle of the heart through vena cava. Hence the cycle is completed. Okay, but here one thing is to be noted: the deoxygenated and oxygenated bloods are always separated. They never mix. Deoxygenated and oxygenated bloods are partitioned. They are separated. Okay, in these organisms like birds, mammals, humans. Hence, these animals perform which type of circulation? They perform double circulation. The circulation of oxygenated blood and the circulation of deoxygenated blood occurs separately. That is why I have mentioned here that these organisms perform the process of double circulation. Let's go back to the main diagram, that colorful picture of the human circulatory system. Okay, now see, the blood pumped by the right ventricle. We can show here the blood pumped by the right ventricle. Okay, let's find the right ventricle first. This is the right ventricle and the blood pumped by this right ventricle. Where it goes? This blood enters the pulmonary artery. This is the pulmonary artery. Actually, right ventricle gives rise to a huge arc. That arc is known as pulmonary arc. That pulmonary arc then divides into two pulmonary arteries, right pulmonary artery and left pulmonary artery. Right pulmonary artery pumps that deoxygenated blood to right lung, and the left pulmonary artery pumps the deoxygenated blood to the left lung as seen here. This deoxygenated blood is transported to the lungs. Inside the lungs, the oxygenation of this deoxygenated blood occurs, and the oxygenated blood, which is shown by the red color here, comes out of the lungs through pulmonary veins. Okay, these are the pulmonary veins. And these pulmonary veins transport this oxygenated blood now. They transport this oxygenated blood to the left auricle of the heart. Okay, the deoxygenated blood pumped in the pulmonary artery is passed on to the lungs, from where the oxygenated blood is carried by the pulmonary veins into the left auricle of the heart. This circuit of the circulation, which circuit? From the right ventricle via pulmonary artery to the lungs, and from lungs via pulmonary veins to the left auricle. This circuit of the double circulation is known as pulmonary circulation. It is the pulmonary circuit, right? Then oxygenated blood entering the left auricle goes into the left ventricle here, right? That goes into the left ventricle, and from left ventricle that is pumped through the great aorta. That is pumped through the great aorta. The oxygenated blood entering the aorta is carried, you can see here, it is carried by a network of arteries, arterioles and capillaries to the various tissues of the body. Right. It is carried to the body tissues, from where again the deoxygenated blood comes. This deoxygenated blood comes and is transported to the vena cava. There are two vena cava, superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. Superior vena cava brings the deoxygenated blood from upper portion of the body, while as inferior vena cava brings the deoxygenated blood from lower body tissues. The vena cava transport the deoxygenated blood into the right ventricle again. Sorry, right auricle again. So the cycle is completed. But this circuit, which circuit? That starts from the left ventricle and transports the blood to the body tissues, oxygenated blood to the body tissues, then then deoxygenated blood from the body tissues goes again to the heart, again to the right auricle. This circuit is known as the systemic circuit, or this type of circulation is known as systemic circulation. So pulmonary circulation transports the blood first Which blood? First, deoxygenated blood from the right ventricle of the heart through pulmonary arteries to the lungs, and then oxygenated blood from lungs via pulmonary veins to the left auricle of the heart. This is the pulmonary circuit. While as the circuit that transports oxygenated blood from left auricle, left atrium of the heart via the great aorta to the body tissues, and deoxygenated blood from body tissues via vena cava to the right auricle of the heart. This circuit is known as the systemic circuit or systemic circulation. Okay, the systemic circulation provides this type of circulation I'm talking about. It provides nutrients. It provides nutrients, oxygen, and other essential substances. Other essential substances to the body tissues. Okay. To the body tissues. And in turn, it takes carbon dioxide and other harmful materials away from the body tissues. This process of whole double circulation means systemic circulation and pulmonary circulation was first of all described by a physiologist. The name of that physiologist was William Harvey. Okay, so this type of double circulation is seen in mammals including humans, birds, and among reptiles it is only and only seen in crocodiles. Apart from these animals, we have got other reptiles, amphibians. Those reptiles and amphibians, they show the process of incomplete double circulation because they have got incompletely four-chambered heart. Reptiles excluding crocodiles have got incompletely four-chambered heart, while as amphibians consist of a three-chambered heart. Then there is the question of Pisces, fishes. Fishes have got a two-chambered heart. In them only a single circuit circulation is found. But the bottom line here is the process of double circulation shows two circulatory circuits. First one is the pulmonary circulatory circuit or pulmonary circulation, and second one is the systemic circulation. Pulmonary circulation transports the blood from the heart to the lungs and from lungs back to the heart, while as systemic circulation transfers the blood from the heart to the body tissues and from the body tissues back to the heart. Okay, it was all about the process of double circulation. Thank you.